Alright, hello everybody. After several false starts to this recording session, I think I finally have everything in hand. We are streaming to Twitch now, instead of relying on the PlayStation 4's 15-minute buffer for videos. Theoretically, I will be streaming the entire play session to Twitch, and then I can cut that up into individual videos, presumably one death per video, and then upload those to YouTube. If this all works. And if my connection doesn't go down, and if everything behaves sensibly. So we'll see how it goes. I've got the stream up running on a iPad here next to me, so I can see if the stream crashes, and everything should be ready to go. I have not decided how frequently I will be uploading videos. I think what seems like a good rule of thumb is like an average of 20 minutes a day. So like if I die 5 times in 20 minutes, then I'll upload those 5 deaths. If I go an entire hour without dying, then I'll upload that video and then wait 3 days before uploading another one. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what sort of footage I get out of this. How many videos that would be clipped up into. I have to decide if I somehow go like 4 hours without dying, am I going to post a 4-hour video? That seems maybe excessive. If anybody has any opinions on any of this, feel free to post a comment under this YouTube video, and I will continue to read the YouTube comments for as long as it makes sense to do so. I feel like everybody watching this is probably people that either know me from Kingdom of Loathing or Video Games Hot Dog, and I know you're all good people, so I imagine the YouTube comment should remain sane for quite a while. So let's get on with doing something here. So you may have noticed I have regained humanity so that I can show off to you guys our character's lovely face here. This is Lucia. She came out alright, pretty good. Nice wide Cameron Diaz style mouth. I like that jaw, that grin that Cameron Diaz has. I think that's attractive. And it's difficult to get it right in a character editor, because if you get it just a little bit wrong, it looks real weird. Did not get it quite right on my Bloodborne character. Lucia here looks a bit nicer. So, something that I have decided to do to give this LP a little more value over the hundreds of other Dark Souls 2 Let's Plays is, since I don't have the skill to do crazy challenge runs like Lobos Jr., or even to do like the non-crazy challenge runs like no bonfire use or no death runs, which are actually provided for in the game itself. There are like rings you can win for doing that. I'm not that good. Not that good at this game. Not as good as that. So, but what I can do instead is I can be your tour guide through the world of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. And I can tell you, I can give you the information about these places that you're going to see, and the lore and the story behind this that you might not otherwise be aware of, even if you played the game yourself, because so much of it is hidden, or things that you have to interpret. But let's start here with Majulah. This is partly why I'm back here in Majulah, is so that I can start us off correctly. And the beginning to the story of Dark Souls 2. So firstly, the story of Dark Souls 2 revolves around a great cataclysm that occurred some unknown number of years in the past. And the first place that we see the results of this cataclysm are here in Majulah, which used to be a prosperous fishing village. But after, when the cataclysm happened, all the water drained away, you see. And the city is now on the top of this, the village is now on the top of this rocky cliff. They could no longer get their boats down to the sea, and they couldn't fish anymore, so everything died out here, which is very sad. And in fact, the opening cinematic to the game, you may remember from the first video, featured that giant whirlpool swirling down. That is a reflection of what happened here, where all the water just sort of drained away. And that's why the country now, this kingdom, is referred to as Drangleic, because the lake drained, you see. And so as we go through the game, we're going to be learning more about this cataclysm and how it was caused and all the various people that were affected by it in various ways. And what we will discover, and I don't want to spoil too much so early, but there's a character named Aldia, and he used to live in this house here, which we can't get into yet because it's locked, but he was a fisherman. One of the most prosperous fishermen in Majulah at the time. And something happened, something he did that sort of sparked off this cataclysm, and that's one of the things that we're going to be discovering. And like I said, I don't want to spoil too much, but just imagine a magic fish. Okay, and I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there for now. And this, by the way, this is Aldia's daughter.
Bearer of the curse. Seek souls.
Yeah.
Seek lest this land.
See, things being swallowed, you know, like the water was swallowed by the giant whirlpool. That's a recurring theme. Now, Aldia's daughter here, I don't think we ever find out her name. Emerald? It's either Emerald or Harold. Harold isn't typically a girl's name, so I'm going to assume that it's Emerald. So, she wants us to find the king. We're going to learn more about the king as we go. We're going to be fighting the king's army a lot of the time, especially in these early areas. So let's see what we can do about that. Now, I'm going to go back to the bonfire here that we were in before. While I was messing around, figuring out recording, I accidentally picked up an item that I had missed earlier while I was not yet recording. I picked up an item that I had missed earlier, but you guys didn't miss a whole lot. There's a pretty cool jump in the earlier forest, which I had to go back and make, and unfortunately I lost that recording. But I will make it up to you by going in here and killing this crystal lizard. Come here! Ah! Oh, you jerk! Alright, let's try that again, guys. Let's try that again. That was pretty weak. Crystal lizards are a... how do I want to put this? They are sort of a remnant of the pre-cataclysm. Part of what... Before the Great Cataclysm happened, see, there was sort of a... The cataclysm began with a period of great wealth and prosperity. I can't get this guy with this sword. Alright. I need a different weapon to kill that thing. We will, we're gonna come back and get him later after I have a spear. Anyway, there's a time of great riches and prosperity, and the crystal lizards came into being in that time. Hello. Ah, jeez. I'm still used to the play, the way combat flows in Bloodborne, evidently. Is there... Okay, so the guy I was hoping to farm a spear off of is no longer here. I guess he was replaced with this guy. Alright. Weak. So... We, You knew I'd be back. We need to buy more stuff from Majulah here, so that she will move back. Oh, I forgot to give the blacksmith his key. So we need to go back anyway. We need to buy some stuff for her. We're going to need at least one of these. And we're going to go ahead and buy all of these we can. Which turned out to be one.
Seemed like the battles would never end. Poor folk like myself have nary a place to sleep. That's why I keep all me things right with me. You may travel light, but methinks you bear a burden of your own.
So this is a common common philosophy of the sort of guild or faction that Majulah belongs to. She's one of her faction does not really exist anymore, but she used to be one of the Crouching Hags, is what they were called. Sort of, some of them were traveling salesmen like Majulah, who carried all their goods on their back. And hence the name, you know, Crouching Hags, because they're hunched over because of all the weight. We may discover... Well, definitely we're going to discover some of the sort of decrepit and mutated remnants of her tribe later on in the game. I'm trying to remember if we see any of... See any of the ones that started actually mutating into giant snails, or if that was, I think that's in one of the okay, that was in one of the DLC, so we're not going to see that for quite a while, but if I can show that to you, that'll be pretty interesting. So what we want to do is buy a lot of stuff from her, and then talk to her until she goes back to Majulah, because that'll be much more convenient than having her sitting here in the middle of nowhere.
They say these trees grew from the remains of the giants.
Mm-hmm.
Each carcass sprouted new life growing into what you see now.
We'll learn more about the giants later as well. Yes, the Crouching Hags are known for being liars, so it's important not to take any of them face value.
It's high time that I pick up a
good.
I've a bargain for you next time we meet, my love. It's high time of a bargain. Lonely times these are.
Yep. So we need to go back to Majulah and open the blacksmith shop for him. Where did Emerald go? Oh, there she is. Lenogras the blacksmith is Aldia's brother, by the way. We'll find that out later. So I guess I shouldn't spoil things, right? But that's not a big spoiler. Good. Bow, we are going to want that. Nothing else in here I need.
Ah, yes, very good. Now I can get to work. But first, let me set up. Come again later.
Well, let's go see if the cat has anything to say. Some people think Shalquar the cat is sort of a demon figure, sort of a Lucifer type, or maybe what's the word I'm looking for? Like a devil in disguise. Like, was there what was the thing that? How did the people get the monkey's paw in that Alfred Hitchcock episode? Well, anyway, I'm sure you get like a trickster, like a coyote type character.
Oh. Who are you again? No, I'm not serious.
No, she's never serious about
You do
anything.
have a rather pleasant scent. The type I'm quite fond of.
You can tell she's not a real cat by the way she's sitting, you see.
This place is already dead. Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful? This place is fascinating. We receive only the most peculiar visitors. Folk like yourself. It's enough to keep even a cat amused. Are you going to see the old ones? Those four who have grown so incredibly ancient. They must have sprouted quite a thick coat of moss by now. For heaven's sake, no one even knows their names anymore. Imagine that. Yes, nothing like yourself. For you have a most pleasant scent that grows nicer with each passing day.
The way she's obsessed with how we smell
The man by the sea.
creeps me out a little bit.
He's lost everything. Absolutely everything.
See, the
The only
joy
thing he's good for
that she
now
takes
is a
in
few
that,
tidbits on covenants.
that's one of our major hints that she's involved in this, you see.
Contract, you might say. You give something to gain something. That's the way humans like it, right? It might be just the thing you need. But what does a cat know? Nothing suited you, I presume?
No, don't have nearly enough money for anything that she's selling right now. But yes, so magic talking cat, magic talking fish. The connections between this will become more apparent as we go along. And Melentia hasn't shown up yet. I may need to reload. She's still not here. Maybe I didn't buy enough from her yet. That's annoying. Alright, well, let's see what Lenegrast the Blacksmith has to say.
You, stand back. This is dangerous work. The name's Lenegrast. Just a simple blacksmith. And you are... another useless traveler. A man ought to labor with his feet planted firmly in the earth. Not roam around like you flirtatious vagabonds. Oh, what does it matter? Go on, show me what you've got. Your equipment. Let me have a look. But do it quick.
Alright, so as you can see, Lenograst is suffering from the hollow sickness, the hollowing that is affecting many of the inhabitants here. Other symptoms include memory loss, which is something we'll be hearing a lot about, and other things which I'll mention as they become relevant. Let's see what he's got here. If he has a spear, but that particular spear is not very good. It may have to do me until I can get something better. If I can get that much souls. That many souls, I should say.
Drat. You're worse than my reckless daughter. Don't spend your whole life in transit, you hear?
Alright.
Don't waste my time.
Oh, sorry. Alright. Let's get back to where we were. The spear that Lenograst sells is too short for my taste. There is a particular spear that I want. I'm not sure I want to inflict farming it on you guys, but I suppose if you get bored, you could always skip ahead. Anyway, I'm not farming just yet. This is one of the two paths that we could possibly take. And I'm going to go down here first just for... just for the heck of it. I presume this is not openable because it was not before. Yes, okay. Isn't that a charming fellow? We will have to deal with him a little later. He is one of the toughest enemies in the early game, so we don't want to mess with him just yet. This door locked. Let's see. That is... I know that is progress to the first boss. I may want to actually go the other way first, because I think that's just miscellaneous. But there's a sword down there that would be handy. Well, used to be a sword down there that would be handy. I wonder if I can... I'm going to give this crystal lizard one more shot. That's the way to do it. Alright. Some upgrade materials for later when I have a weapon that I plan to stick with. Not much like Bloodborne at all. Okay. Oh, I still need to loot these guys down here. There's some stuff I didn't pick up before. Somebody's shooting at me. Oh. Don't remember you being there. Blows himself up. Alright. There used to be another guy back here. Oh, he's not here anymore, but there is this. A little shield for us. Let's get somewhere safe and try that on. Where did I get that other one? So... Oh, right, I have to think about weight in this game, too. Oy. Alright, well. I'll go with this for now. Don't expect to see me doing a lot of parrying. I was never very good at that. Seems different than I remember. I guess not. Alright. Making our way down this castle wall. The castle, of course, was destroyed in the Cataclysm. Oh! I guess that fall damage killed me. That's kind of funny. Bloodborne also has a lot less fall damage.